Yes. Yeah.
Welcome, wonderful people.
So please visualize a beautiful light on your left-hand side as we chant Adgare Name. Behind you, Gadgare Name. To your right, Satgare Name. And in front of you, above you, below you, in every direction, Siri Gurdeve Name. Got it? So let me model it one time. Adgare Name. Gadgare Name. Satgare Name. Siri Gurdeve Name. Try it together now. Adgare Name. Gadgare Name. Satgare Name. Siri Gurdeve Name. Adgare Name. Gadgare Name. Satgare Name. Siri Gurdeve Name. Adgare Name. Gadgare Name. Satgare Name. Siri Gurdeve Name. Inhale and relax. And just go inside for a moment.
Welcome, everybody. Have you noticed that we're on a journey together and that we're building up layer after layer in what we're doing? In the beginning, we brought our beloved friend Wim Hof into it. And the very first week we did that. Remember this one, the old days? Do you recall doing that? That was in the first week we did that. And that's one for opening the heart center, for improving the lung capacity. The most predictable predictor of how long we'll live is lung capacity. And most of the things we're doing together, if they're done with some regularity, improve lung capacity, but also capacity to have life flowing through you, to really be alive. We did a little bit of Wim Hof kind of breathing, which I recommend finding him on YouTube and doing that on a regular basis. It's really kick-ass, wonderful, wonderful work. It's life-changing. Part of this, and then we went into to breathing to be present, to feel connected to life, to be able to focus and concentrate. And one of the things we did that I love the most, besides the basic breath series, remember the alternate nostril breathing we did, breath of fire, was the getting to know Thich Nhat Hanh and the Lord Buddha's teachings about breath. That's so central to all the different traditions in those 11 years abroad when I got to study with people about their breathing. Always this kind of breath that we learned from Thich Nhat Hanh. It's a basis for so much. So I'm grateful we have that. And then we went into trauma. I hope you didn't go into trauma over it, but how to deal with trauma. We're always around trauma. Many people are traumatized hearing the news. There's so many opportunities to experience trauma now in our lives, and to be able to part of what we learn is that simply being loving to yourself and allowing people to be in circumstances, however much you can affect that, so that they're kind to themselves, having high regard for themselves. It allows so much space to heal trauma when there's that compassion. And today we're beginning to focus on love and fearlessness. And it's really just a continuation of the being present practices we learned from the Lord Buddha of having enough energy to be fearless. And the Wim Hof breath and breath of fire have been great in that regard. My prayer is that you're finding time in your busy life to practice some of these types of breath outside of all these hours of the adventures in breathing. And I'd like you to pair off with another person and first just close your eyes and please think about what is taking real estate in your mind in these last couple of weeks, particularly this week. What's up for you? What are you thinking about? What are some triggers that you're feeling? What's triggering you? So I'd love for you to share that, have a check-in with another person, and also to share with another person what your game plan is with Adventures in Breathing. Are you following what you'd intended to do in terms of practicing on your own? Um, what can you do to make it work even better for you? Are you checking in with your buddy? Is that helpful or not? Do you have anybody nearby, maybe your dog or preferably a human being who you can have eye contact with as you breathe together? How is that going? So I'd love for you to check in with somebody. So what is up for you, what's triggering you and taking place in your mind, and also um, how are you doing in terms of your original plan and how it's modifying in getting the most benefit you can out of Adventures in Breathing. So please prepare to go into a breakout room. We'll have about 5 minutes each for sharing. So please press join when you get the opportunity.
Hey, friends.
Raleigh, please press the join button when you get a chance.
Oh, join the breakout room? Okay.
Ariana, please press the join button. I know we're not joiners, but let's change our family tradition right now. Your buddy Murali is in a room. So please continue sharing, probably with one person speaking and the other person listening, and you have about 4 more minutes before switching. Thank you. Excuse me for interrupting. Please switch partners, no, switch roles. So the person's listening, please begin speaking. Thank you. You have about 5 minutes. Congratulations on being an associate now, Atma Chaman Corps. That's fabulous. I'm so glad for you. You're doing so well.
Yeah,
You're making waves wherever you go and making precious gifts wherever you go.
I had my interview a couple of weeks ago.
How do you feel it went?
No, I mean they approve me. They congratulate me
Yeah.
afterwards and all that. It's good. I'm moving to professional this year, at the end of this year, with my level 1 in Spanish. And I got really good team. 6 of us are teaching. So amazing.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we're launching the promo this weekend or early next week. So I've been super busy with that. And I'm working for Shanti Shanti also in her, promoting her courses. So
How is it for you working for her?
oh, it's nice. We worked in person through COVID for like a 8 months, helping her with fundraising and all that. It was good. Yeah, she's great. She's very organized. She's funny. She has all this energy. We're both
I don't
Italian.
know her well, but I've always loved her. She's been one of my favorite people. I never
Yeah.
had a clue about who she really is. I'm
She
glad
has
that
a
you're getting to know her.
PhD. She has a PhD in psychology. Amazing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she's very well educated. And
Yeah.
then she has done 1,000-day meditations over and over and over again.
Wow.
She's devoted to her practice, and then has done amazing work with people with serious illnesses, as you know.
Yeah. AIDS in the 80s. Yeah.
So what's the next step for you besides getting this teacher training off the ground?
No, work diversity, equity, and inclusion for KRI. We're doing all these different projects and Shanti Shanti and getting, I'm still busy with my website and my newsletter, and I have to update that and keep that, going. But I'm getting really learning a lot from the marketing team in KRI. They have a really good young people from Brazil that are great. And so I'm learning a lot too. So probably within a year, I'll be able to just launch myself after being a professional and having done one level 1, and then I could just do my own. And after
Wonderful.
next year,
Good
and
for you.
I'll know all the marketing and what to do, what not to do. I'll have diversity in my narrative as I've always have, and yeah. So I'm very happy.
You're getting you came, when I first met you, you had so many dazzling skills. And then now you just keep increasing that. It's just amazing to be a little fly on the wall in your life, watching you grow. Oh my God.
Thank
So
you.
I'm gonna speak to the whole group, people in breakout rooms now.
Okay.
Now please be winding it up and get ready to come into the main room.
Want some of this? Guess you can have it. Mm.
That's your dog you're talking to?
Mm-hmm.
Adam, hello. I decided to buy that whole property and have you in the main house. I hope that's okay.
Can you hear
I'll
me?
repeat. Yes. I'll repeat this because some of the people are not in the room yet. But what I'd like you to do is this breath. Little sips of air, moving your belly with each sip of air. And then exhale. Ah. So as many little short sips of air as you can get. So one deep inhale, and then to make a ha sound like you're singing a song as long as you can until you end out of air. It's a very slow, deep breath. Is that clear to everybody? So please begin. Continue. Move your belly with each segment, each increment of the inhale. Deepest inhale you can get, and then the longest exhale. Keep going. Beautiful. Now please inhale, exhale, inhale, and just relax for a moment. And your mind's out hearing this beautiful sound you've been making. And in a moment, I'd like you to continue, but now chanting Ha with as much love as you can. What's the difference for you when you're singing or chanting with love or just doing it, making a nice tone? You feel different. So when you're ready, please begin the same thing. So many short sips of air as you can make, moving your belly with each one, opening the diaphragm in that way, and then the longest Ha you can make, but with utter love. Please be looking in your own eyes as you continue. Well, welcome. We're making little short sips of air through the puckered lips until we can inhale more, and then exhaling with as much love as we can, chanting "ha," making a loving sound, whatever that's like. And look in your own eyes on the computer. Beautiful. Keep up with as much love as you can. Now please inhale, exhale, inhale deeply, and just relax and continue in your mind's eye listening to this sound that you've made. How did it feel differently to you? Just chanting the ha sound and then chanting it, consciously putting love into it. Did you feel a big difference in it? So bring up your hand, I guess, if it felt very different, consciously chanting with love. Beautiful. That's great. And now please come lying, well, before you come lying down, let me give you instructions for what we're going to do. We'll be lying on our back with our arms beside our body. And many of you have done this before, and kiss the very center of your hand as lovingly as you can. Really put your heart into it, and then let the hand down and feel the effect of that kiss. And then very slowly lift the other hand up to the lips and kiss the center of that palm as caringly and consciously and lovingly as you can. And then let that hand come down. The slower you do this and the more awareness you bring into it, the better, of course. You may be kissing the Pope's hand. You may be kissing somebody you love's hand. You may be kissing your hand. But please do it with as much caring as you can, like you really mean it, this kiss. This is said to open the heart. If nothing else will open a person's heart, this will do it. And it allows our breathing to improve tremendously when we're not even thinking about it. And in some traditions, they say that it is a great healing for all different types of arthritis because it creates better circulation in the joints. But none of that matters. It's whatever you experience. So please kiss with caring and continue. So you're lying on your back, slowly kissing one palm after the other. We're kissing the center of the palm, which is an acupuncture point that has a lot to do with emotional balance. If you start to get mechanical during the kissing, arms are right beside the body by the hips at first. If you start to get mechanical, then just slow it way down and bring love into it, just as you did when we were chanting the Ha. Please continue kissing with as much caring as you can. Kiss however you would most like to be kissed and however you most like to kiss. No hurry at all. And now please inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nostrils. Inhale again, arms beside the body. Exhale. Inhale. And just relax. And please scan your body and observe sensations, letting your inhale and exhale just be one of many sensations. Just relax and scan your body, staying aware of your breath and other sensations. Now please inhale, and I invite you to try an experiment to notice how the effect of this incredibly caring, slow, conscious kissing, how it's different if you put a different kind of an energy into it. I'd like you to bend your knees and do one of the movements that we do in the Reiki therapy. On the inhale, bring your arms all the way back. So knees are bent, soles of the feet are on the mattress about shoulder width apart. As you inhale, push your buttocks into the mattress and bring the arms back behind the head. As you exhale, bring your arms down and tilt your pelvis upwards, staying right on the mattress. So again, inhale, bring your arms all the way back. So opening the heart center of the arms as you push your butt into the mattress. Exhale, the head and pelvis, arms and the pelvis coming close to each other, lifting the pelvis up as the arms go down, and continue. Arms are straight. This allows your aura to get much brighter than if you bend the elbows, and it allows you to open the heart center more. Stay right on the mattress. You're not lifting off the mattress when the arms go down. You're moving your pelvis as much as you can without coming off the mattress. As we've learned from the Lord Buddha, notice your inhale from the very beginning to the very end. As you bring the arms back and push the buttocks into the mattress. Notice the exhale all the way from the beginning to the end as you bring the arms down and let the pelvis come upward toward the hands. Get as much range of movement as you can in the pelvis here. We want that cerebral spinal fluid to go up and down the spine, all the way to the top of the head, and all the way down. Powerful breath and movement. Next week, we'll get into Wilhelm Reich and his unbelievably significant contributions to breathing in our culture and worldwide. Reich felt that until we could release our rage, our anger, until we could really be free letting it come up, and until we could cry our eyeballs out, just crying without control, only then could we get in touch with our capacity to surrender from head to toe, to really be present for anything we're doing, to orgasm, to be able to let the utmost fluidity in our energy happen. And now, if you would like to, feel free to hit really hard and make a loud screaming sound if you need to bring some anger up, as most of us do. So make as loud a sound or quiet a sound as you want, but hit hard with a fist when the arms come down and the pelvis comes up. You have a headache, you may not want to hit hard. So adapt it to where you're at, please. Keep going powerfully so you can feel an energy from head to toe. So you feel a little release at least. Beautiful. Now please inhale and relax. And again, just stay right in the body and observe whatever sensations are available to you, including inhale and exhale. No special breath through the nose, so please. And now please inhale and come rolling over onto your stomach. Once you're on your stomach, be resting your arms on the forearms and elbows and lift up your upper body. And please begin breath of fire. So this is another classic heart opener. So very easy form of cobra pose. Head lifted all the way up. Breath of fire. Looking at the ceiling now. Be very loving and mindful about your lower back so that you're not straining the lower back. But also be mindful about loving yourself enough to challenge yourself. If you want to come up into cobra with a larger range of movement in the back, that's perfectly fine. Want to straighten the arms, that's fine. But find a level of cobra that feels just right for opening your body up. We want the chest to really open up here, and we want all that beautiful energy from the trunk of your body to come up into the heart center. And as your head is all the way up looking toward the sky or the ceiling, we want you to let that energy move all the way from head to toe. Breath of fire now, powerful breath of fire. Pull the belly all the way in on the exhale. Relax it on the inhale. If anything we do in here feels like it would strain you, stop doing it or modify it in a way that allows it to really feel beneficial for you. Now please inhale and very, very slowly let yourself all the way down and relax your arms and your head in any way that's comfortable for you. If you need a pillow, by all means, get a pillow and just relax now. When we consciously relax as much as we can, we get at least 80% of the rejuvenation of the best quality sleep. So really put your attention on relaxing, but also staying in the body. When we're in the midst of a trauma or feeling tremendous pain, we're usually not in the present moment. We're focused on the future, the past, usually, with any kind of anxiety as well, of course. So now, as you relax, just staying aware of the breath and your body allows you to tap into your creativity, your capacity to love unconditionally. We all have been around the block enough. We've been alive long enough to know that our capacity to love another person is very much affected by our capacity to love ourselves. So please be loving to yourself as you're relaxing now. And please inhale and bend your knees and bring your ankles close to the buttocks. And if you can, grab your legs, grab your ankles. And again, if you can do this, just stay in that position and breathe deeply if that's the most comfortable for you. But if you're able to arch up, so you lift up the knees and the torso high on the inhale and then come down on the exhale, that's even more of a heart opener. But only do that if that's comfortable enough for you. Some of you have done yoga for most of your life. Some of you haven't done yoga before. We know from so many traditions when we can link our breath to our movement, so in this case, inhaling up, exhaling down, that we get a quantum more benefit from whatever we're doing, breath and movement combined. And we learn from so many traditions, if you can observe your breath from the beginning of the breath till we finish the inhale, exhale from the beginning to the end, that allows an incredible increase in the benefit you're getting from the breathing. Keep going, you're doing beautifully. As you continue, please now begin doing this with love, whatever that means to you. Bring as much love into this movement and this breath as you can. So it also means not straining yourself, doing it lovingly toward you. Just a couple more repetitions. Please keep up. Shoulders as relaxed as possible, neck as relaxed as possible, whole body just relaxed as best as you can as you do this powerful heart opener. Now please inhale up and suspend the breath. Squeeze the vulva, squeeze the anus and sex organs, pull the belly in slightly, arch up even more if you can, and then slowly relax down. And again, deeply relax. Come lie on your back if that's more comfortable now, so you can really relax. So back or stomach, arms and head, wherever they're most comfortable, consciously relaxing. Beautiful. Good job. Now please come onto your back with the arms beside the body, palms up or down. Actually bring the palms upward. And I'd like again for you to try to experiment with the same kissing the center of the palm as lovingly as you can with one hand and then letting the arm down and just relax for a moment, feeling that kiss. And then anticipating the next kiss as you bring the other hand up and kiss that palm as lovingly as you can for as long as you wish, and then let that arm down. I'd like you to see if it feels different to you this second time around, having moved a little more energy in your body to classic heart openers. So please begin if you haven't already. That promise that yogis have made about this breath, about if nothing else will open your heart, this particular exercise will. The little fine print at the bottom of the page is, it will if you bring as much love as you can into the kiss. Kiss as caringly and meaningfully, and as much heart as you can. Most of us have huge, huge limits on how much love we can bring in. We all have big limits in different circumstances, but here, let it be as simple and caring and safe as you can to be kissing with a whole heart. We want this loving kiss to reverberate in your ears, in your eyes, in your nose, in your back, in your belly, your whole pelvic area, your legs, your toes. So you're kissing your entire being as lovingly as you possibly can. And now please inhale and just relax as deep as you can in the next minute. If you need to stretch or massage some part of your body, do that. But also please relax right now. And now please come sitting up as gently as you can. And we're going into a breakout room again. Vera Lee, are you with Brian right now? Did you do something together, or do you need to have another partner?
We're together.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Mhm.
So I'd like you to have a dyad with another person. And this is a question that Michelle Newmark, who you'll learn a lot about next week. I hope you'll read her article on my website, ReikionInstitute.org, under Reikian Therapy. There's an interview that Michelle Newmark has with Chip August. It's also in our library of recordings of videos. You can hear that. But please listen to that before next week. And this is a question that we devised in our 27 years of teaching together with couples, and it's so heart opening. At least that's my experience with it. What I'd like you to do when you go into the breakout room is to take turns. You'll just spend several minutes asking your partner, when do you feel loved? And your partner will say the first thing that comes to them. And then the one who's listening says, thank you. And then the same person who's asked the question asks the questions again. When do you feel loved? Or you can say, when have you felt loved? Take it present or past. And then answer, quick little answer that comes from the heart. And then the person listening says, thank you. So for several minutes, one person will be asking the question and saying thank you and listening with all of their heart. And then we'll switch roles, and the one who's listening will now be asking the question, will now be answering the question, when do you feel loved? So please prepare to go in a breakout room. Yeah, do that. That would be great. So really do it. Don't play with it. Really do it. Lily, would you like a partner?
I was the only one in there.
Oh, I thought Cassie was here. Okay, we're giving you a partner right now.
Okay.
Sally will be your partner. Thank you.
Mhm.
Did you get the instructions okay?
No, I did not.
I'm asking you to have one person asking a question repeatedly, and the one who asks the question says thank you after the answer. And then uh, that'll go on for several minutes. And then you'll switch roles, and now then Sally will begin asking the question, when do you feel loved? And then you'll say, she'll say thank you after you finish responding. So when do you feel loved? And it can be present or past. So
Okay.
Sally is, so press the join button, and Sally should too, and you'll be together. Thank you. You ask the same question over and over again. No, just one time, and get a response. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hi. Hi, Lily.
Kathy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I lost my connection there real quick.
Oh, so you and I are partners now. Everybody else has a partner. And I will ask you a question, and I'd like you
Okay.
to give just the first thing that comes to mind for an answer, and I'll say thank
Okay.
you. And then we'll reverse roles after a while. Kathy, when do you feel loved?
When my dog is on my lap,
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. When do you feel loved?
when I look into my grandson's eyes,
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. When do you feel loved, Kathy?
when I stand by the ocean,
Hmm. Kathy, when do you feel loved?
when I'm swimming in the water,
Hmm. Thank you. When do you feel loved, Kathy?
when I'm practicing my breathing,
Hmm. I like to hear that.
I
When do you feel
feel
loved, Kathy?
when I'm doing my self practices to enrich myself, I feel as though I'm loving myself.
Hmm. Thank you. When do you feel loved?
When people are kind,
Hmm. Thank you. Kathy, when do you feel loved?
when I'm with a group of like-minded people,
Thank you. Kathy, when do you feel loved?
When I hear Sally laugh.
Yeah, I can hear her laughing too. It's a lovely laugh.
Because I know she's filled with love.
Kathy, I want to ask you something. When do you feel loved?
When I am hugged.
Oh, thank you. When do you feel loved, Kathy?
I'm out of ideas.
You can repeat the same thing. It doesn't matter. But something that feels authentic to you about when you feel love or loved. It can be from the past too.
I don't go in the past.
That's great.
I stay in the present. It's too hard in the past. It's good when I'm in the now. When I'm in the now, I feel love.
Beautiful. Kathy, when do you feel loved?
When I'm with my grandsons.
Beautiful. I want to ask you one more question. When do you feel loved, Kathy?
When I'm with my daughters.
Thank you. We have a lot in common. I'm going to invite people to switch roles now, people in the breakout rooms. Excuse me. Now please inhale, keeping an eye contact. Exhale. Inhale deeply. And please switch roles. So the one asking the question is now answering the question. Ask the same question over and over. When do you feel loved? Or when have you feel loved? Answer it. And hear the thank you and continue. So your job is to ask me that same stupid question.
Gian, when do you feel love?
I feel love when I'm hugging Christine, my partner.
Thank you. When do you feel love?
I feel love when I have a great conversation with my two daughters, which happens a lot.
Thank you. Gian, when do you feel love?
I feel love when I'm taking a walk by the ocean.
Me too. Thank you. Gian, when do you feel love?
I feel love just like my friend Kathy when I'm with like-minded people and just really enjoying their company.
Thank you. Gian, when do you feel love?
I feel love almost every morning when I first wake up at 3:20. I'm like a little puppy dog, wagging my tail and happy to get going. Good time.
Thank you. When do you feel love?
I feel love when I'm in a supermarket and I look in the eyes of a cashier, anybody there, and there's love between us, which happens a lot.
That's sweet. Thank you. Gian, when do you feel love?
I feel love when I take really good care of myself. I take my cold shower every morning and I'm rubbing my body lovingly during my cold shower. And I feel like really allowing me to live longer and healthier. So it feels like a big gift. And I'm just in love with the person giving me that experience.
Thank you. When do you feel love?
I feel love when I'm giving a Reiki therapy session and the person I'm working with is able to cry or scream or whatever they're doing, but when it seems to come like a primary color and not held back. Usually that takes several years to happen, but that means the world to me. And I just feel enveloped in love when they can let go like that.
Thank you. Siri Guion, when do you feel love?
I feel love when I feel the presence of my mother or father who died years ago. It just feels like they're still there. And just it means so much to me.
Thank you. Siri Guion, when do you feel love?
I feel love when I'm cuddling with my dog Mowgli, our little 15-pound rat terrier. I love him so much.
Thank you. When do you feel love?
I feel love whenever there's honesty. So when I'm talking with these two friends who are going to end their lives in the next few months, we're so honest with each other that it feels so intimate. It just touches my heart. We can cry together and laugh together. I feel love then.
Thank you. Siri Guion, when do you feel love?
I feel love when I'm talking with Kathy or somebody else who feels like we're really connecting. Even though we're predictable in a way what we're talking about, it still feels like the connection is loving. And I appreciate it so much.
I feel that too. Thank you.
Mm.
When do you feel love?
I feel love every day when I take a walk on the beautiful property where we live. I'm just in awe of the beauty and I just feel enveloped in the aroma of the plants and the beauty of them and beautiful lighting. It's a loving moment.
Thank you. When do you feel love, Siri Guion?
Kathy, I feel love when I'm sitting next to my partner Christine and we're watching some stupid Netflix movie and holding it just feels I love that. I can't believe we've lived together 11 years and I'm still really in love with her.
Oh, that's sweet.
I like younger women though. She's only 72.
I was trying to figure out how old you were. I
77.
thought I 77. I thought you were much younger.
Oh, thank you. You're very kind.
No, thank you. Siri Guion, when do you feel love?
I feel love when somebody I care about has died and we're having a wake and we're saying all the naughty things about that person and the funny things about that person and just laughing our butts off. The feeling of community is so strong when something like a death brings us together. That goes right to my core.
Thank you. When do you feel love?
I feel love when somebody has been in distress can start to breathe consciously and relax. And when I see, instead of the frowning and contraction um, head, I see them beginning to let go. And like a little, like a mommy cat with a kitten, I feel so much compassion when I see people's emotions. Even if they're crying like crazy, I feel love. It means so much to me personally to have that trust, and also that people are safe enough to let things flow.
Thank you. Dear Jan, when do you feel love?
I feel love almost every time I get to speak with my best friends Cliff and Mark and a few other best friends. It's just, we've been close for some of these best friends for 50 years, and the feelings just seem to grow and grow and grow. And I'm so grateful to have that love.
Thank you. When do you feel love?
I feel love when I get out of my head, like when I'm doing a breath exercise for an extended amount of time, and the energy is just flowing. It's just, oh my God, it's just beyond words wonderful.
Pure bliss.
Mm,
That's where heaven is to
yeah,
me.
for me too.
When I'm totally out of my head and I can just be. Thank you.
Mhm.
When do you feel love?
I love preparing food, and I love not using the cookbook. And when I'm preparing something, and it's just kind of like coming through, and it's just delicious. The experience making it and delicious eating it. That's so loving for me.
Thank you. Sirian, when do you feel love?
I feel love when I'm with people who don't speak English. Maybe I don't speak their language, and we feel like we're just connecting at the deepest level. It's just beyond words, satisfying and loving.
Thank you. Sirian, when do you feel love?
I feel love most of the time, and I definitely feel love when I've let my fear go down. And I don't feel like I have to put up a mask and play any role, and I can just and not be afraid. When the fear is gone, then the love is there.
Thank you.
I'm going to invite people to come out of the
Okay.
breakout rooms now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now please inhale, exhale, inhale deeply. Thank your partner. And we'll be coming out of the breakout room in the next minute. So if you want to talk about anything, like how has it been doing this stupid exercise, that would be perfectly fine. So please join the main room. Kathy, we have 53 minutes to talk about anything we want to. That's how long
50,
it'll be for people to come out of the breakout room. That's
53
40
minutes?
seconds. No, 38 seconds.
Well, thank you for reminding me of all the things of why I'm loved. I appreciate that.
You're so welcome. I love that exercise.
I'm so
Ian,
happy.
Your mother got us into so many messes, including this exercise. Thank you so much. Now please close your eyes and just begin breathing like crazy. How do you breathe when you're breathing like crazy? Actually, begin a calm breath, and I'd like you to reflect upon this exercise, things that the person said to you about when they feel love, and things that came out of your own mouth about when you feel love. So please bring this even more into your body, this exercise you've been doing so beautifully. How do you feel now after reflecting upon when you feel love? How was it for you hearing the other person talk about when they feel love? Just doing this online, could you feel an intimacy? I did with my partner. How was it for you in terms of feeling connected with the other person, despite the fact that you're in a virtual room and not in the same room? So these evidently are rhetorical questions, but we don't really have time to. I would love to hear each of you. I'd love to hear about your experience with this. That won't happen right now because of the time. How many of you have read James Nestor's book, Breath? Raise your hand if you've read this book, if you haven't. This book is so recommended. It's a fabulous book. It's like the best of the old popular science books that I know I used to read when I was younger. It's a tour de force of getting to look at many different, hundreds of different breath workers and breath systems and some of the science, fascinating things about the science of breathing. It just enriched my life so much reading this book. So please get this book if you haven't yet and read it. James Nestor, Nestor, Breath. Great book. If you choose to go to levels 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of Adventures in Breathing, we'll go much more into some of the things that James Nestor brings up. But it's a fascinating book, whether or not you continue with Adventures in Breathing or not. That book is totally recommended. I hope that you're feeling like you're getting benefits from Adventures in Breathing, and I hope that you're finding time to feel good about yourself in terms of the homework that you're doing. If you're doing no homework, you may be getting more out of it than people who are doing hours of homework every day. There's not a right or wrong with it. It's finding a way that allows it to serve you at the level that is right for you right now in your life. And I'd be so happy to hear about how you're engaging with Adventures in Breathing with a phone call or text message. Some of you have done it, but not too many. And the other thing is, I would like your money. Some of you haven't paid anything for this, and we hadn't gotten that clear that you'd be paying nothing, just haven't paid. If that's the case, please make a monthly payment or a small payment at least of some type. That would be so meaningful. I found, I'm sure you've noticed this with your work, that when people, the more they invest in something, the more do they get out of it. Not everybody, but with some people, that seems to be the case. So if that would be good therapy for you, then send the bucks to me. I so appreciate you all. It's just an honor being with you, and I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. There's Tuesday morning at 4 to 6:30 Pacific time, and then Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. Any of the times that I see will be great. So you're not required to come to any of this, but in order to get the most out of it, I strongly recommend that you do show up as much as you're comfortable with. And also look at the videos if those are of interest to you. So everything is recorded. If you're not sure where to find them or sure about something, text me and I'll ask Isaac what you should do. I might even know. Isaac is my tech support. Thank you so much, everybody. Much love to you. You did a great job. That's the end with the sound ma. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to begin. Ma. Inhale and relax. Thank you. Good evening, or in Ariana's case, good morning.